Wanna ride with me, catch a vibe with me, go get out with me, yeah. Shorty, I'm a riding G, I'm a dying piece, I'm a ride with me.
Hello everyone, this is Inky Flame Teach1 here, and today I'm gonna react to Rash versus Michaelangelo. It's basically a fanboy fatal conflict episode by One Fish Mob, so be sure to leave a like to the video, subscribe to the guy's channel, and be sure to click the bell icon and select it to all, so that we can have all notifications to the guy's videos, and be sure to comment down below, see what you think. And of course, according to my channel analytics, around 80% of you guys are not subscribed to my channel, or at least those who are watching my content are not subscribed. So be sure to go to my channel and click the subscribe button, and be sure to select it to all so that we can stay notified. And, well, let's start. Oh, there you go.
Hey guys, before the video starts, if you enjoyed this episode and want to support my channel, consider supporting me on Patreon. Patrons not only get a shout out in my videos, but will also get cool access to patron exclusive content, such as animation updates, alternate endings, sneak peeks, polls that'll determine what future projects will happen, even early access to new episodes of Fan War an entire week before they're released to the public, and of course knowledge regarding episodes long before they enter production. Now that's a deal worth fighting for. The link is down in the description below for those who want to join. But for now, enjoy the show.
In every great team among the strategic leaders and brave brutes, there's always that one attention-grabbing goofball that treats everything like a fun time.
But when it comes to these two fierce warriors, despite their childish nature, they have not only kept up with their more, competent comrades, but also faced every situation like a fun night out.
But when these two
I mean,
franchise rivals
what's harm in
meet
having a little
arena,
fun when you're,
only one
in serious
goofball
situations?
will live to party another day. Rash, the totally awesome show-off of the Battletoads.
Oh god, that's terrible.
And Michaelangelo, the all-original party dude of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, for this battle, to keep with the theme of the fight, we'll look at Michaelangelo from the original 1980s cartoon and its related media. And the same will also be done for Rash.
He's one fish mob and I'm three
So no
crab
alternate
mobs.
continuities of the
And
character.
it's our
Alright.
job to see who would win a fatal conflict.
Sprite animation, alright.
Let's face it, out there, everywhere, someone is always looking for something. Fame, fortune, you name it. But for the high school student David, all he wanted was attention.
Known for being a class clown, David Shar was your typical 90s kid. He enjoyed rock music, video games, kung fu, superheroes, and so on and so forth.
Understandable.
But even though he definitely grabbed people's attention, he wanted all the attention he could get. So it was no surprise that he, along with his two friends, Morgan and George, set out to make one of, if not the hardest video game in human history.
And they succeeded in doing that.
Yep.
They called this game Battletoads. A game where you can play as anthropomorphic toads to defeat an evil dark queen and save the universe. And considering its legacy in real life, I'd say David and company succeeded.
Except when
they
they
actually
turned the game
did.
on, they were sucked into it, sending them into the Toad Arena to battle the Dark Queen herself, transforming them into the Battletoads themselves. And this would happen every single time the game was turned on.
Yep.
Yeah, so? I still say the attention grabber got what he wanted. He could now save the entire universe in the game for all to see. And with new bodies in a new world, they had to take new names. While Morgan became known as Zitz and George became known as Pimple, David became known as the cool dude Rash. And with his new name,
I mean, with the shades and the different green skin, it's quite obvious.
friends would bravely traverse each new challenge with the simple goal of surviving one of the hardest video games ever made.
And yes, because of this origin story, the game's legendary difficulty is canon.
Yep.
And you can bet
In the lore it is,
pounds
because
and
goddamn it
big
is hard.
quickly made Rash.
I never played the game, but I heard of it.
Rash is strong enough to toss large metal crates, use large chunks of debris as clubs, and beat the ever-loving shit out of enemies several times his own size like they're nothing.
And like his fellow Toads, he's basically a walking tank, able to take devastating blows, survive vicious
Basically very
beatings,
hard to kill.
and even survive attacks from the Dark Queen herself, and keep going like nothing happened. And to give you an idea on just how powerful the Dark Queen is, thanks to these guys, we now know her vortex attack should exert at least around 15,000 kilotons of force.
Damn.
Enough to destroy an entire town.
Oof.
That's
Flatline the entire town even.
But you'll need to land that attack on Rash first. He's the fastest of the three Toads, able to plow through
The
hordes of
tankiest, yet the
enemies without
fastest.
tiring,
Eh,
jump
neat.
large gaps, react to lasers, and can keep up with the Dark Queen herself, who once flew out of a planet's atmosphere in 10 seconds,
Ooh.
far exceeding the speed of light.
And all of that's only further enhanced by his karate skills, allowing him to fight with the skill needed to pull off such a feat.
That and his powers of shape-shifting, this guy can turn any part of his body into any weapon he wants.
Oh.
Giant fists, spiked boots, ram horns, axes, flails, you name it. He can even turn it into a near indestructible weight for added defense or to attack like a wrecking ball.
Came in like
But
a
when
wrecking
he needs
ball,
to
that
cross
hurts.
great distances, he can always hop onto his speeder bike, a hovercraft that can be called on a whim to ram into enemies or travel at great speeds. And given how many times he is likely to crash, it appears he has plenty of replacements too.
Yeah.
Can you really blame him if he likes wrecking his stuff all the time? He's
Yeah.
not only considered
Imagine
the
a
best
prone
fighter
crash.
out of all the Battletoads thanks to having actual skills in fighting, but successfully bested all the Battletoad arenas, thwarted the evil Dark Queen with his teammates multiple times, and once even went to the world of Killer Instinct to battle ghosts, cyborgs, demigods, actual gods, and whatever the hell else the Killer Instinct tournament can bring just because he was bored. It's
Yep.
like nothing can stop this guy.
Except for the fact that he's a cocky show-off. His flamboyant personality can get him into trouble, he lacks any truly good defense outside of his shape-shifting, and he really prefers to run into battle without any real plan or strategy.
Probably making one
Maybe
along the
Toad,
way.
along with his buddies, don't need any fancy planning. I think he's already proven all he needs is a giant fist, a baddie to punch, and a good reason to do so.
Eh.
Cameos are killing me.
I mean, what do you expect?
Supreme victory!
It
Hold up,
was the
I'm
year
checking my quality.
1987,
Sorry about that.
and for most of the planet, it was relatively no different than any other year.
Duh.
Except for New York. A crime wave struck so large that no one had ever seen one like it before.
This was the Foot Clan, an ancient, dangerous clan of ninja who took over the New York streets and quickly
Seriously,
made
how the
themselves
actors in
top
the
dog of
costumes literally
criminal
can't see?
underworld. No one could hope to challenge
I mean, live action
For
ones, not the
every
cartoon
day,
ones.
There is a yin, and eventually 4 heroes stepped up to challenge the Foot Clan. 4 walking, talking Ninja Turtles.
And among these 4 unlikely heroes was the wisecracking goofball, Michaelangelo. But he wasn't always like this. He and his brothers were once ordinary turtles that got lost in the New York sewer system, where they were found by a former member of the Foot Clan, Hamato Yoshi. But one day, while doing what turtles do, they were all exposed to a mysterious ooze that turned Hamato into a rat and the turtles into humanoids. Now capable of being much more than just mere pets, Hamato, now going by the name of Splinter, trained Michaelangelo and his brothers in the art of ninjutsu to become the city's greatest defenders and to stop the evil of the Foot Clan once and for all.
Multiple times, might I add.
Prefer actual team roles the team or doing machines, Michaelangelo prefers to simply have fun, treating everything like a game.
As the youngest of the four brothers,
work does not have.
Michelangelo enjoys
I mean,
all
there's
the
no,
things
there's
you
no,
could
fu-
expect
there's no
the
harm in having
90s
fun
to enjoy.
when you have all the stress coming your
Skateboarding,
way.
monster movies, partying, surfing, comic books, and pizza. Lots and lots of pizza.
Yeah.
He's addicted, Fish Mom. Quit trying to sugarcoat it. But despite his outer quirkiness, Michelangelo is still just as capable at fighting as his brothers are.
Just because he's the guy who's taking less things seriously doesn't mean he's a total pushover.
And knock away boulders. And
Just like
he's
that.
tough enough to be thrown through stone walls and even being crushed under the
Ooh.
very thing he loves. All that poor pizza dough.
He was once
there's a lot
placed
more where that
under
came from.
intense gravity with no ill effects. And note, this increased gravity could bend the metal street lamps around him. And when he's not
And
struggling
squishing
against
everything that comes in the
gravitational
way.
forces, he's one of the more agile members of the Turtles, able to outrun polar bears and deflect laser beams, which does require him to at least move around the speed of light to achieve.
And despite his outward appearance, Mikey has had the occasional moment of intelligence, like the time he took
just
control
because
of Brain's
he's-
body with his game console, tricking bull-headed opponents to charge mindlessly into traps,
Oh.
using disguises, or, as he does
Just because he's not, smart, that doesn't mean he's a complete idiot.
He even knows how to pilot different kinds of vehicles. I don't know where that was covered in Splinter's training regimen, but sign me up.
As
I
he
mean,
was trained
as
his
long as he
whole
knows what he's
life in the
doing,
art
that's
of
helpful.
ninjutsu, Mikey is able to wield various weapons of different make and style, an expert at stealth and infiltration, skilled in direct hand-to-hand combat, and is able to fight on par with other skilled fighters.
They even received training from the 2012 incarnation of the Turtles to help them fight better. But this
Basically
turtle
different
doesn't
versions of
just prefer
themselves.
Using his fists or whatever trash he finds on the ground, he carries a pair of nunchucks, weapons that he spins around to strike with enough force to destroy robots, disarm opponents, or even let him float like a helicopter. What is this?
But when the censorship deemed Mikey's nunchucks too violent for a children's
I mean, nunchucks,
show,
sure, are
they
blunt
gave him
weapons,
a
but they hurt
grappling
like
hook
heck.
instead, which he uses to latch onto ledges or swing from like an urban Tarzan.
Hmm?
Wait. The giant swords designed to slice through people and the two big murder forks are okay, but not two pieces of wood on a chain? Are you kidding me?
The 1990s, everyone, where if it
Censorships
wasn't
are
gross
real
or
pain.
extreme sports, it was heavy censorship.
Censorships
But
are a
there's
pain.
one thing that no amount of censorship can steal from Mikey. His cheapskate. This rocket-powered skateboard allows him to travel long distances faster, be used like a skateboard, and even comes with a flashlight to navigate dark tunnels. It looks like Mikey's pretty well prepared for just about anything.
Except for one disturbing truth, so hidden, not even the smartest of his brothers realized it until much later. All four turtles were still mutating.
What, you mean as in like he was getting bigger or something?
No, it's more like the ooze that transformed him was now taking its next step. When
Oh?
Mikey's in danger, he will transform into a hideous brute of near unrivaled power.
Oh.
Despite the clear cosmetic downgrade, this bulkier super turtle may not be nimble or quick like his normal form, but it does make up for this by transforming him into a walking tank. He is fireproof, laserproof, able to lift and throw cars.
Invincible, though?
and
Not
snap
exactly.
steel girders with his bare hands. He even comes pre-equipped with claws perfect for ripping his enemies a new one. It makes me wonder why he doesn't take this form as often.
Well, that's just it. If any of his brothers enter this form, the transformation can cause them to become very aggressive. To the
Pretty
point they're
violent,
even
too.
willing to attack their own allies and each other. And
Yep.
the next transformation does have a history of wearing off at completely random times. In
Yeah,
fact,
sometimes at bad
this
times, too.
next step in their mutation posed such a risk of getting out of hand, they had to cure themselves of this transformation just to prevent such an outcome.
Yep.
So he might have turned into a fire-breathing murder monster. So what? It's not
And
like
having
this is the
laser
weirdest
shooting out
thing
from his,
Mikey's ever had to face. He's
yeah,
defeated
you
all
saw what
kinds of
happened.
Weird and wacky mutants, robots, warriors, and aliens on several occasions. He's rescued his brothers several times, traveled through time to retrieve the stolen Statue of Liberty, and is said to be the reincarnation of a great pharaoh.
That's nothing. He once teamed up with other versions of himself to save the TMNT multiverse, and once even teamed up with other 80s cartoon characters just to help a kid overcome his drug addiction.
You know, out of all the things we've just discussed in this episode, the fact he teamed up with Winnie the Pooh, Alf, Garfield, and the Muppet Babies just to make a point to some random kid is probably the weirdest thing we've discussed all day.
Yeah.
But truth be told, what else would I expect from such a crazy party dude? By the way it looks, he can basically do anything.
Except that laid-back nature of his has also made him a liability at times. He can be clumsy, slow to recognize danger, tends to rush into battle without thinking things through, and most of the time, despite his mastery of ninjutsu, he will usually just throw whatever he can find at his enemies, regardless of what it is.
Hey,
Well,
I think Mikey's
I
allowed to
mean,
have a few
Eddie can
clubs
use his
here and
weapon.
there. This dude's already proven to be so good at what he does, he eventually became Splinter's equal. So watch out for when this new ninjutsu master hears of a good old-fashioned throwdown happening in downtown. He'll always be there to bring life to the party.
Pizza trophy unlocked. Get over here.
Alright, the combatants are set. This battle shall have no prep time, no outside help, or home field advantage.
It is time to see who would win a fatal conflict!
So it's a high-speed chase. And the thing broke again. Oh, well, he got his way in.
Buckle up! I'm crashing this party!
Oh, that's Mikey.
Ow! Relax, dude. Oh, yeah! No pizza for you, bro.
Really? Oh! That hurt her in the morning. Really? Huh. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, lucky hit. Ow. Right in the gut, too. That makes sense. He got a lot more in store. Ow. Oh, hey, there's Namor. Lol. Oh, boy. Really? He just bounced him. Don't think you should celebrate anytime soon, buddy. Oh. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have left things around, you know. That's gonna hurt. Oh. Ow.
Fatality.
Yep, that has to hurt.
Yes! That was totally awesome!
Ah,
Despite
that's
outer
terrible.
appearances, this fight was actually really close.
Yep, it is.
Indeed it was. This battle was easily one of the closest fights in fan war history. Both were pretty equally experienced in terms of combat knowledge, and both had counters for the other. Rash was more durable, but Mikey was more resilient. Rash was far more dangerous in close quarters, but Mikey could use his cunning and ninjutsu training to his advantage. The speeder bike and cheapskate could keep up with the other, and so on and so forth.
Yep.
However, there were a few things that tipped this into Rash's favor.
Being more
Rash did
durable.
hold a slight strength advantage, having defeated far larger enemies
Basically,
and
he's
shown
much more
far
stronger.
impressive feats of physical might in the past. And he did ultimately hold the speed advantage thanks to his battles with the faster-than-light Dark Queen.
And while Mikey may have had a larger arsenal to use, one that certainly keep Rash guessing, that's all it could really do.
Yeah.
Not only could Rash's arsenal and abilities outdo or counter most of Mikey's, but most of what Mikey could do couldn't truly hurt Rash.
Yeah, they're just durable as a tank.
If Rash can take beatings from hordes of enemies and shrug it off like it's nothing, I think it's obvious two completely normal nunchucks wouldn't do any better.
Yeah.
And while Mikey's mutated form could certainly give Rash a run for his money, or his flies in this case, there were a few problems that prevented this from giving Mikey the surefire win. Not only could Rash match this form with his own strength, no super forms needed, but Mikey's mutated form is only temporary and does have a history of wearing off at the worst possible time.
Yep.
Add to that Mikey's tendency of rushing into battles against someone who specializes in doing just that, but with unpredictable shape-shifting powers, you got yourself a pretty clear-cut winner.
In the end, Michaelangelo may have been a more accomplished fighter that could make the battle very tedious for his opponent, but with his slightly better strength, greater speed, more effective arsenal, and a lot more ways to end the fight, Rash was basically prepared for a fight like this. I guess you could say Michaelangelo finally learned the true meaning of shell shot.
The winner is Rash. Next time on Fan War.
So it's Super vs. Mario. Alright. Neat. So, yeah, that was Fan War, Fatal Conflict, and it's, well, Rash vs. Michaelangelo. Again, this whole video is by One Fish Mob, so be sure to leave a like to the video, subscribe to the guy's channel, and be sure to click the bell icon, and again, select it to all. And be sure to comment down below so you should think, and I'll be sure to leave an iCard, right, to basically show the playlist that I, well, that I put up. And also, I'll be sure to put both links of the guy's channel and video down in the description below so you can check them out. And, well, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video. Be sure to leave a like to the video, subscribe to my channel, and be sure to click the bell icon and select it to all as well. So that way you can be stay notified of all my content. And, well, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!